Okay, today is day 3 of phase 3, and it is June the 25th, 2012. And I am up over my LDW by 0.2, and I'm okay with that. I'm gonna be going through this and figuring it out as I go along, what works and what doesn't work. I think I had a little too much cheese yesterday, which I'm sure many of us do in phase 3. All we can think about is cheese. So in my last vlog, I talked about what I had in the morning. I started with a wonderful omelet and did well for the rest of the day. Actually, I wasn't really that hungry after eating that omelet. And then last night had kind of a Mexican salad, chicken over lettuce with salsa and tomatoes and cheese, pepper jack cheese to be exact, and probably more than I should have. So I'm thinking that's the reason why. And I didn't have any cheese today. So that was the culprit. And we'll just see what tomorrow looks like. So eating clean and keeping it simple, and just gonna, one day at a time. That's where I'm at with that, one day at a time. So I wanted to review, I wrote down a couple of the past diets that I've done, and kind of found it entertaining that there's so many of them. And so I wanted to go through and review those diets. The list is long, so I'll kind of try and move through it pretty quick. The most recent diet that I tried before HCG was the Eat Clean diet. And I think that this is a great concept of, again, kind of that whole simple theory. And incorporating exercise into the routine of everyday life, along with eating good quality foods, complex carbohydrates, and keeping your fats low and whatnot. But I didn't really lose very much weight. It wasn't working for me. I think if you start out, in the right weight, if you start where you want to be and incorporate it, it's very similar to like a P4. But to get to where you want to go, the before, the dropping the weight, it just didn't work for me. I'm not saying it's not a good diet. I'm just saying that it didn't work to drop the weight that I was looking to drop. So the diet that came before that was South Beach. On, off, on, off, on, off, on, off, over and over. 10 pounds gone, 10 pounds back, 10 pounds gone, 8 pounds back, Did that for a couple of years. And I liked the diet. I just never took off more than about 10 pounds. And that style of eating is more like phase 3, but very, it has carbs in there. So, the one before that was the GI diet. Notice the trend here. I probably needed to keep reading. Those books went on the shelf really quick. It was during a very busy time in my life, and I don't think I explored the whole concept enough that to put it to good use. And I started flipping through the books this past weekend and saw that there's some really relevant information in there about the way sugar affects our body. So I'm gonna crack those books open again, take a look. Not that I'm gonna follow the diet, but again, the information that's available in the books is interesting to me. The one before that was the carbohydrates addict diet. Wow. I just don't think I could get past the fact that I could eat whatever I wanted for one meal a day. It was like, well, when does that meal stop and start? eat whatever I want, right? So that one didn't work well for me. Very similar to Atkins, but it had that one meal bonus that maybe for some that whole reward theory might work, but for me it just extended through the 24-hour period. Weight Watchers, wow. A couple times online. Didn't really like the meetings much. Again, it's that whole personal, don't want you guys, you guys, to know my business. Weight Watchers did not work for me. Who can keep track of all those points? It's just mind-boggling to me, you know. I like just found myself factoring how many points it would shave off if I had my glass of wine, if I had my piece of whatever it was that I was looking to indulge in that day, and then, you know, refrain from eating the food that I was supposed to eat because I was under my points, right? So I should be losing weight because I'm under my points. Before that, I tried the Body for Life diet and didn't finish the whole round, the period of time. I think it's 8 weeks or something. And then Body for Life for Women came out. I tried that one, and that didn't work either because I didn't finish. I think I gained about 5 pounds. I know it was probably muscle, but I didn't look any better. I didn't really feel any better, and I was really frustrated. Before that was extreme exercise. I did some crazy things. Did like a beginning of the year challenge, walk 100 miles in 1 month, and did that for 2 months in a row, and I think I lost 8 pounds. It takes a lot of time to walk that far, and you're hungry because you're walking hours upon hours. So before that, Atkins, and very, very successful with Atkins. I lost 18 pounds. People were doing what they're doing to me now, and wow, you look great, and what are you doing? And then, of course, picking the diet apart. Oh, it's high fat, and that's bad for you, and why are you doing that to yourself? You're going to have to eat carbs sooner or later. And I felt pretty good, had a lot of energy, and eventually started eating carbs again, and gained all the weight back. So I think I tried Atkins a couple times. Didn't work for me. Worked in the beginning, but I don't know. Just, it's interesting, that whole high fat concept, you know. It's very similar to P3 right now. I recognize a lot of it. And a lot of the recipes I'm looking at are Atkins style recipes. So I'm familiar with it and leery about going forward, you know, reintroducing those carbs, the bread, the carrots, the potatoes, things like that. But that's a ways off. I'm not there yet. Before that, juice fasting. I did juice fasting. Expensive, time consuming. Needless to say, the juicer has a lot of dust on it right now. So, I did high carb before that, and I always joke, it's like bread. Do you want anything else beside bread? No, just bread, water, bread. So I lost a good amount of weight on that, but eventually I needed to eat something other than just bread. So before that was the Healthy Way. And that's an establishment in the county that I live in that provides support to dieters, trying to assist them with healthy eating. And of course you have to buy their supplements and their dressing and their items on the shelf when you get there. But again, it's 45 minutes away for me to drive to go weigh myself with a counselor that would then tell me that I was a bad girl. And I just didn't need to pay someone to tell me that, much less drive that far to step on a scale. So that didn't last very long. I think I still have that recipe book somewhere. before that, Slim Fast. Yuck. Tastes like chalk. Chewing on chalk. I never liked any of the flavors. It was awful. I don't know how people drink that stuff. Gross. So. Before that was Diet Center. Now, Diet Center was only about 5 minutes away from me, but the owner was obese herself. Go figure. She was always trying to figure out how to fit in things into the diet. And I think that establishment went bankrupt many years ago. So obviously that didn't work for anyone else either. Fen. Yeah, diet pills. So started doing those when I was pretty young because I thought I was fat. And I wasn't. But I was trying to, that whole number theory, trying to keep it at the number that I thought I should be. And so when I was younger and could barely afford it, I took just over the counter. And then when I got older, I found a backstreet quack that prescribed the real dealio. And that stuff messed with my mental and physical health in a really bad way. Was detrimental to what it did to me. I struggled on it. I didn't sleep well. My brain did not function properly. It just didn't piece. It was like the wires were crossed when I took those pills. And of course, not sleeping can do that to you too. So the pills jacked me up and didn't let me go into a deep sleep at night. Oh, I skipped one. The one that was that came after the Fen was Optifast, which is like Slim Fast, but more restrictive and much more expensive. And this is where I say, what the bad word was I thinking? You know, paid more than $1,000 for someone to monitor me drinking a liquid throughout the day to try and lose weight. I think I was 120 pounds. And can remember the doctor coming into the office and saying, you don't fit this. Why are you here? But he still took my money and gave me the liquids to take. I think that was the Oprah thing. Oprah did Optifast. And I did lose weight really quick and put it back on plus more after that. So, and then probably one of the first ones before that was Fit for Life, not Body for Life, but Fit for Life, and then Fitonics for Life, which is also a whole food combining, another interesting concept. And I learned a lot about just food, how we fuel our body, and what's good for it and what isn't, and where our food comes from. Some of it's kind of scary sometimes when you actually know where your fish is from, where your chicken's from, what the conditions are, what the cows are fed, the things that you're eating, and it can make you not ever want to eat again. So those are some of my past diets. And then real quick to wrap it up, because I think I've gone way too long. HCG. Easiest diet I've ever done. It's not easy, but easy compared to all those other diets. Not hungry. Follow the protocol and you will lose the fat. Not just the weight, but the fat off your body. And that's really what I'm looking for. And when I say it's not easy, it's just, you learn a lot. I think I wrote down, easy diet, quick results, but it's the mental clarity. You have to learn about your hunger. You have to learn about your triggers. You have to learn about true portion size and how you deal with those things on a day-to-day basis for the rest of your life. And the HCG is the crutch that assists you in going through that process and learning about it, and not being so focused on the hunger itself, but on how you're eating and what you're eating and why you think you need to eat when you're really not hungry. And so that was the part that I loved about this diet, and that I'm finding so useful right now, was learning to listen to your body. That's what HCG allows you to do, is to brush aside all the other things that go along with being on a diet and learning to just listen to yourself, and to understand it in a better way so that you can go forward and use it as a tool for the rest of your life. So that's today. Hope you guys are having a great day. Hopefully I'm under my LDW tomorrow, and no cheese today. So, alright, take care.